What's up, guys? Feed you information here. So I'm redoing this video because I messed up on the debt/equity for companies that are 100 billion or higher. So it's acceptable if they're 1.5 to 2 if it's a 100 billion or higher market cap company. But aside from that, here are the averages of what you want, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. I won't talk too much about each company, I'll just simply go through. So here we go. Apple, market cap of 815.3 billion. Current price earnings of 14.77, forward price earnings of 14.04. Now I'm only going to go based on the trailing price to earnings to decide if it gets a check mark or an X, but obviously 14.77 is below 20, so it gets a check. Price to book ratio of 7.18, it's not below 5, so it gets an X. 3.23, it's below 5, so it gets a check. Debt over equity of 0.97, it's 1.5 to 2 is acceptable, so it gets a check. Revenue 9.2% year over year, and 9.2% growth year over year, and then 261.7 billion annually. So this basically got 3 checks out of 4, pretty good. Facebook, we have a market cap of 484 billion, a price over earnings of 22.76, and that is not below 20, so it gets an X. And a forward price earnings of 19.44, so maybe it'll get below that 20 in the future. Price to book ratio of 5.84, which is not below 5, so it gets an X. Price to sales ratio of 8.8, which is not below 5, so it gets an X. And understand, this is a double-digit revenue growth company. Most times when it's like that, it'll suffer from having a high price to book and price to sales ratio, I've noticed with stocks. So that's just something that kind of goes hand to hand. So don't let that screw you up too much in your decision making process. Think long term or don't consider the stock. Debt over equity of 0.059, so very low. 1.5 to 2, it's way lower than that, so check mark. Revenue of 37.4% growth year over year, and that's 55.8 billion annually. Next, we have Alibaba, market cap of 453.7 billion, trailing price to earnings of 51.72, forward 26.84. So because right now it's not below 20, and actually in the forward P isn't either, it doesn't matter, it's not below 20, it gets an X. Price to book ratio of 7.29, below 5, it's not, so it gets an X. Now, price to sales, non-applicable. I wasn't sure if this means 0 or if it just simply means that they don't have a number for it. This always kind of confuses me, but I do believe it should be a 0, but I'm not confident with it, so I just put an X by the below 5. If you guys want to correct me here, please do, and let me know what that actually means if it does mean 0 in the comment section. Debt over equity of 2.42, so pretty big. It's unacceptable in terms of that 1.5 to 2. So it actually got 4 X's here, but that's okay because look at that revenue. 53.8% year over year, 51.9 billion annually. Long-term perspective with this company from a valuation standpoint. Microsoft, we have market cap of, sorry about that. We have a market cap of 847.9 billion and a current price earnings of 26.15, forward price earnings of 22.59. That is not below 20, so it gets an X. Price to book ratio of 9.4, that is not below 5. 7.3 for the price of sales, once again not below 5. Debt over equity is 0.92, so that is a check mark, that is acceptable, so 1 out of 4. Revenue of 20.1% year over year growth, 118.2 billion annually. Amazon, market cap of 796.1 billion. Price earnings of 82.88, forward of 42.06, and that is not below, sorry about that. Wrong one, my bad, guys. We gotta get back to Amazon real quick. Okay, anyway, price to book ratio of 18.82, freakishly big. Not below a 5, it's a big fat X. Price to sales is 3.52, that is below 5, so it gets the check mark. And debt over equity of 1.13, which is acceptable. Revenue growth of 31% year over year, 233 billion annually. Disney stock, we have market cap of 169.7 billion. Look at all those checks. Price earnings of 15.71, forward of 15.95, it gets a check. Price to book ratio of 3.42, it gets a check. Price to sales 2.88, once again check. Debt over equity of only 0.37, so once again check. And growth, we have 6.8% year over year, 59.4 billion annually. Electronic arts, we have a market cap of 29.5 billion, so we're in the smaller ones now. Price to earnings 21.57, forward 22.62, sorry. So it gets an X. Price to book ratio gets an X. Price to sales gets an X. And debt over equity of 0.18. So that is acceptable because we want it to be 0.5 or below. Revenue growth of 5% year over year and 5.3 billion annually. Sorry. Take-Two Interactive, we have a market cap of 9.2 billion, so even smaller now. Price to earnings of 28.16, forward of 18.07. So for right now, it is not below 20, so it gets an X. Price to book ratio of 4.68, just barely makes it below that 5, so check. Price to sales 3.68, a little bit better, so gets that check. Debt over equity of 0.5 or below is acceptable, so it gets that check. Growth, we have 34.8% year over year, and that's 2.6 billion annually. Activision Blizzard, market cap of 32.1 billion. Price to earnings is 18.23. Forward price to earnings is 16.6, so it gets that check mark. Price to book ratio 2.88, which is below 5, gets the check. Sorry, my brain's frying right now. Price to sales 4.36, which gets the check. Debt over equity of only 0.23, so once again gets that check. And its revenue growth is only 2.6% year over year right now, so they need to figure some things out. But 7.2 billion annually. All right, few more guys. Nvidia, market cap of 91.3 billion. Price to earnings of 24.33, forward 22.44, so it gets an X. Price to book ratio of 10.47, once again gets an X. Price to sales 8.34, once again gets that X. Debt over equity of 0.21, so that's acceptable. And then we have revenue of 38.4% growth year over year, 12.4 billion annually. Walmart, market cap of 283.5 billion, price to earnings of 43.54, forward price to earnings of 19.6, but for right now it gets an X. Price to book ratio of 3.93, so it gets a check. Price to sales of only 0.56 because they get a freakishly amount of revenue, 500 billion every year, guys. So that is below 5, check. Debt over equity of 0.72, acceptable, check. Revenue of 3.4% year over year, that's 512 billion annually. Costco, market cap of 100.2 billion. Price to earnings of 29.49, forward of 27, so it is below 20. Or sorry, so it's not below 20, so it gets that X. Price to book ratio 7.29, once again X. Price to sales is only 0.69, so that is below 5, check. Debt over equity of 0.45, which is acceptable, check. And then we have revenue of 9.1% growth year over year, as well as 144.8 billion annually. So I'm still waiting on Adobe and General Mills, and then I'll have the update video for these last two. But this will be in my playlist for my current investments. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and throw me a like, and make sure to subscribe for more content, as well as I will be posting one more video today later on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Video information out.